wish you could just get to this, right? Because you are so ready to go. You've done all your work over the course of the week. And I think this is where it is a little different than maybe my era a couple decades ago. These guys visualize. These guys self-talk. There is so much mental work being done. They've already played this game in their mind in many ways, and they're just ready to go.
Throwing on their first play. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's second down coming up. Johnson up the middle. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go, set.
Willis to throw it. He lofts it deep left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Chargers are going to take over deep in their own territory. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Head to 60, head to 60.
They'll run. This is Vaughn. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Cut out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down throw for May. Misfire there, couldn't connect.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
That's caught. Here's Deuce Vaughn. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a 1st. Here's a handoff to Vaughn. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Able to get it to Reed. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue. Made a throw it. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's 2nd down. Back to the air. It's May. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down. To the air yet again, May. Has him on the quick hitter. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Toward the sideline and caught by Reed. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll be right back with more Madden Ultimate Team after this. Chargers ball as we get back for the second, and they are thinking points. May not have throw on 3rd. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it's going to be 4th and short.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying to throw for it with May. And they won't do it, so that falls incomplete on 4th down.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Let's go now.
It's Johnson on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1 yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
Come on.
To throw, here's Willis. Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. And the Chargers are stuck deep in the red zone at the 10-yard line. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
Now, what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go.
And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers get the game's first points here in the second. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's going to keep it this time. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Chargers bringing the pressure, and they got him. He ends up out of bounds, but it's behind the line. That is a sack. Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. Catch is made down the right sideline. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos earn the chance to tie it before halftime. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Jaden Reed to return this. And not even able to get back to the 10. That return ends as he is out at the 8. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. This is Vaughn. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a gain of 29 yards. And the Chargers will have a 1st. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
19 tight. Go!
To the air on 1st down, May. Escapes out to the left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcat.
May now from the gun. Connection made to Vaughn. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And that was an incredible effort just to make it back to the line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Cut 19.
2nd and 10 now. He fires one deep down the right sideline. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Throw is caught by the back. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the gun, it's May. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. No gain for them, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
79. Here we go. Set. Go.
Vaughn. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Chargers take the lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
The extra point is up, and it is good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
A final throw before the break. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, Brock, it has been a fun one so far, and hopefully it gets even better. 2nd half underway from Mexico City. On the return, here comes Reed. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's May. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks.
And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. Back to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Well, there was no way that defense was going to pass up on that opportunity. I dare to say that was the most energetic and frenzied we've seen them all game. I don't think they could believe the offense would go for it that deep in their own territory.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping. They were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
He rolls to his right. And the defender comes away with it. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And the Chargers can't add much to that interception as the return stopped at the 5. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the 2nd half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's May. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
He beams one deep right side, and there's a man there. It's intercepted. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos tie things up at 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. On the return, here comes Reed. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now May coming off that pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what they say about assuming? Well, it's the same way on a football field. You can never assume. If you stop assuming that first sacker's going to get to the quarterback, well, you could run yourself right into trouble. This defense didn't. They didn't take a break, and they finally get him to the ground.
Trying again, following the sack. Finds him on the crossing route. Oh, what a stiff arm. Avoids the defender. We've got a foot race. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kid, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And this throw is knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they face 2nd down. Defense showing blitz here, May. He's gonna push one. They connect on the deep shot. And he makes the play. It's a touchdown. But hang on a second. I spy a flag out there, Brock. This could erase that score. Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
A little bit of chaos, right? I mean, play breaks down, trying to find a connection and get on the same page, just couldn't do it. I'll tell you this, though, and what I do like is you live to play another down. You don't risk the interception, and you throw it out of bounds. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And he makes the house call. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. This our last play of the quarter.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Getting right back to it after that interception. He puts some power on it. Big gain downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. Willis looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
Let's go.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Let's go now. Ready?
To throw, here's Willis. Escapes the pocket. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
You know, as you can see here, things broke down a little bit. He tried to find a connection, but he just could not get on the same page. I'll tell you what I do like about that throw, though. He didn't risk an interception, and he put it out of bounds instead.
He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Mexico City.
Ready, ready.
Broncos, 14 points back.
Let's go. Ready?
Desperation time here on 4th. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. So here come the Broncos. Big spot now as they try for 2.
Ready?
Back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone and make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter.
You know, we tend to say this all the time, and I'll say it yet again, Kate. Big targets in the red zone are an enormous advantage. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
On the return, here comes Reed. Broke through the tackle. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A give right side to Vaughn. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Ready, ready. Here we go, set.
Once again, it's Vaughn. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Denver calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. It's Vaughn again. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I want
To the house, touchdown